I'm sitting here, as the video is coming live, I'm sitting here watching the boxes. Let's see if I turn two of them, does that straighten them out? Yeah, it does. So it must be because of the end of the box where the box meets. Must be slightly taller than the other side of the box. Because doing that seems to have straightened it out. See what I mean? If I got them all the same way, then watch what happens. We got kind of an Eileen situation. Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious, guys. What are we going to do? Hey, Phil, how's it going, man? What are we going to do? So, how is everybody doing tonight? Hopefully well. I've been working on card show stuff, and I've also been working on mail sale stuff. And then, of course, as we get started here, I'm going to just kind of start a conversation, and then we'll kind of continue on as we go. But, of course, I was gearing up for a Donruss release that's supposed to happen in 3 days. And I'm finding out tonight that it sounds like... Now, I have not heard this from a credible source yet. This is just rumor mill, but it sounds like Donruss has been pushed back to June. I don't know when in June. I don't know. Again, I have not seen it or heard it from what I consider to be a credible source. all the places and emails and things that I normally get. I have not received any of that yet, so kind of a lot of hearsay. And at 9 o'clock at night when I first started hearing about this, it's hard to get a hold of anybody and say, hey, what's up? You know, so hopefully we get some answers tomorrow. Scott says go Pacers. Billy Joe says go Stars. Got some guys watching the NBA playoffs and the NHL playoffs, I do believe. Haven't missed a thing yet, Chris. I'm just sitting here chit-chatting. Haven't missed a thing. All right, here is our owner list for tonight. We've got just a handful of drivers in the filler. Corey LaJoie, David Reagan, Jeremy Clements, Justin Haley, and Michael McDowell. So not a whole bunch, just a few. And all the spots are accounted for. My highlighter was running out. I'm sure you guys can tell. But my highlighter was running out, and so we've got to switch to a new color. Sarah says go Wolves. Pacers send Cavs home. Chris says Celtics in 7. Is Tatum out? Is that injury Tatum had looked real bad? I don't think the Celtics win without Tatum. So I don't know what. That's about the only opinion I have. All right, here's our duck race filler. Very small filler tonight. 10 spots. Like I said, not very many names in the filler. So let's get this rolling. Torn ACL. Yikes. Shuff that. Now, I was going to say Achilles is what I thought. Yeah. Now I can't remember if I shuffled them. We're going to shuffle them again because I can't remember if I did or not. So, all right. Good luck, everybody. Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it was his Achilles. Achilles is well, you guys know it's the same thing that Aaron Rodgers went through. Aaron Rodgers and was it J.K. Dobbins? It's basically a 9 to 12 month ordeal. So it's no joke. He's too young to be dealing with, those types of injuries for sure. Here we go. At the line, Duck 8. Duck number 8 at the line gets the win. That's going to be Philip Mancini. Congrats, Philip. Picking up a few extra drivers tonight. Through the filler. Philip the filler. Yeah, Kirk Cousins was another one, exactly. That's been a common injury, unfortunately, with really high profile athletes as of late. I don't know if you guys remember, but I remember, wasn't it Dominic Wilkins that blew out his Achilles? That pretty much ended his career. I think he came back, but he was never the same. All right. Here we go. We got 4 boxes, 2018 Victory Lane tonight. Again, this product does have jumbo patches, so let's see if we can find one of those tonight. That would be cool. It's been a little bit since we've found a nice patch, so we're due. Let's get into it. Again, I was talking earlier about Donruss. I don't have from a credible source, but there's a lot of rumors swirling in our NASCAR community tonight that are saying that Donruss has been pushed back to June. I don't have a date. I don't know anything other than it's just a rumor at this point, but I would say if somebody's talking about it, it's probably likely. So we'll just play it by ear and see what happens. And when I know something, I'll let everybody else know. So just kind of stay tuned. And if we don't get Donruss, then we'll do something else this week. That's just how we roll. Junior, Richard Petty. Pedal to the Metal, Alex Bowman. Foundations, Dale Jarrett. And then we got Race Ready, Dual Material, Fire Suit, and Sheet Metal for Ty Dillon. That's going to go to Brandon Barton. Uh, 79 out of 199 for Ty Dillon. We'll put him up there for a bit. Silver, Caden Lapsevich. And we got Austin Cindric, Eric Jones, and Jimmy Johnson. I bet. Oh, usually when I see that card, there's the other one that's almost the same pictures behind it. It wasn't. Pedal to the Metal, JJ. And then we got Race Day, Kyle Busch, 11 out of 49. Going to Jonathan. Nice KB. And you got some more KB behind it. Another Race Ready Dual Material Fire Suit Sheet Metal for Kyle Busch. Still going to Jonathan. $22 of $49, Kyle Busch. Yeah, Brandon, I already have, somebody tagged me, I think it was Chris Barlow, tagged me about doing a custom Tony B card, and I actually already have one made and ready to roll from a couple weeks ago. But if anybody that saw the Tony B pictures for Sports Illustrated, if anybody wants Tony B customs, just let me know, and I can do that. I figured that was probably going to be something that popped up at some point. But yeah, she's easy on the eyes. Richard Petty, Jimmy Johnson. There's the one that's normally... That's not the same card, though. Pedal to the Metal, Tony Stewart. Chasing the Flag, Carl Edwards. And first autograph of the night is going to be Morgan Shepherd. Octane autographs. Morgan Shepherd goes to Nick Cusack. Yeah, Chris, she did the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. Yep. Now everybody's like, wait a second. $69 and $99. Dale Jr. goes to Troy. Casey Kane, Lapsevich, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Yeah, if you go to the like Sports Illustrated on Instagram or Facebook is the worst place to look at really good pictures, by the way. If you guys haven't figured that out yet, trust me on this. Coming from my photography, I used to do photography several years ago. Facebook will only allow a certain quality photo to be uploaded. And so if you want to see really, really high resolution, and you're looking at pictures, go to Instagram, because you're going to see a much better quality on Instagram than Facebook. Always. They're owned by the same company, I know, but trust me. Yeah, Livy Dunn was in it too. Yep. 51/99 starting grid, Bubba Wallace. There's quite a few female athletes. Cameron Brink. I forget who else. Selma Hayek was one of the cover models. So, Bubba Wallace going to Paul Wolf. Ooh, this is nice. Remarkable Remnants, Martin Truex Jr. 14/25. Check that out. Patch Auto MTJ. Going to Rick Komnick. I'm telling you, my sources at least tell me that MTJ is not planning on signing anymore, at least for Panini. So these older products, if you're a Truex autograph collector, these older products are where it's at, for sure. That is a beaut. Silver Stenhouse. But yes, if anybody wants customs of their favorite swimsuit models, just let me know. Like I said, I already have one Tony B that's done and printed, and I actually had it done a couple weeks ago because they had posted pictures of her like previews a while ago. All right. JJ, the King, BK, Daniel Suarez, pedal to the metal. Champions, Jimmy Johnson. Then we got a race-ready Joey Logano, fire suit and tire. Logano will go to Philip Mancini. Yeah, it was decent, Chris. I've never made any bones about the fact that Misha and I have not seen eye to eye very often. But I will say, in credit to him, that I do think he's trying, as opposed to people before him, we're not. And I also think his hands are very tied. 46/99, Bobby Allison going to Ben Satterfield. So, he's trying to be more transparent, trying to be involved in the community as much as he can. And, it's just a tough spot for him from where he is and all that. So, as much as I have had disagreements with him, I will give kudos to him for trying and for, I actually think the quality of the designs has gone up over the last couple of years. Custom basketball card made for my girlfriend's student she has. Yeah, I can do that. I've done several recently of like little leaguers and different things like that. So yeah, I can do that. He doesn't care too much. Well, I don't think it's that he doesn't care. I don't think. So Misha, one of the reasons why we haven't seen eye to eye is he's not the person you would choose to be your brand ambassador, and in that he's very dry in the way he presents information. And that's not a knock on him. It's just his personality. And I don't know that he can help it necessarily. I think it's just the way he is. 16 of 25 on the short print Larson starting grid. Going to Nick. Nice one, Nick. So, again, try to give him the benefit of the doubt. I remember before he started working for Panini, he was, a collector just like everybody else. So I know he understands. Race ready, fire suit and sheet metal, Dale Jr. 82 out of 399. Going to Troy. But again, we've pretty much never seen eye to eye, so. Silver Richard Petty, but I am trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, The don't of Rip It is at it again. I'm not sure I get that. I think Autocorrect must have changed something. Pedal to the Metal, Jeff Burton. Foundations, Harry Gant. I would say he knows what products are coming out, and he's probably been told to not say. That's. I would say they want that information to come from Panini. They don't want him to be breaking it on, a couple of guys' YouTube page. So I'm sure he's been told before he goes and does these things, hey, here's the information you're not allowed to share. 20 and 99. Jamie McMurray going to Will Blackman with the Octane autographs. I'm just speculating. I don't know. Like I said, I just try to give him the benefit of the doubt because I'm sure it's a tough spot. But 3 of 49, red, Dale Jr. Going to Troy. Marola, Reddick, J-Mac. It's Logan and Val have a weekly podcast deal that they do together. I think it goes by like NASCAR Radio or something like that. Pedal to the Metal, Elliott Sadler. NASCAR at 70, Bill Elliott. But it's Logan and Val that do it, and they've had Misha on before, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure how beneficial that is, but he's trying. Like I said, he's trying, and I give him credit for that. Trevor Bain going to Rick Komnick, 40 and 99. Nice break for Rick tonight, rolling with MTJ and Trevor Bain. Got the silver Chase Elliott. But Logan and Val do a nice job with their podcast deal that they do. They are a couple of more old school guys in the community. If you've been around for probably more than a year, you've probably run into one or both of them at some point. Logan is a big Richard Petty collector. I forget who Val collects. Shame on me for not knowing, but his personality is like the desert. Yeah, it's not ideal. like I said, he wouldn't be your choice to be a PR rep. 21/25, blue, pedal to the metal, Carl Edwards. Going to Steve Teskey. Yeah, I know, Brandon. We're gonna figure out what's going on tomorrow with Donruss, and then look for a pull box night to be scheduled soon. Starting grid: Matt Kenseth, Greg Biffle, engineered to perfection. Fire suit and sheet metal, $24.99. Going to Chris Bonnet. Yeah, Nick, you're late to the party, bud. We talked about that already. The reason I said is when I find out what's going on is because I haven't seen a credible source that said that Donruss was delayed. It's just a whole bunch of people saying that it is. So like normally I would get an email from Panini, or like my LCS would get contacted by Panini. I just haven't heard from anybody about anything. So it doesn't mean it's not happening. Maybe I'm late to know. But I also checked a whole bunch of places online, and basically nobody has it posted anywhere like that either. So 7/49, red, Ned Jarrett. Going to Ronnie. So you can see my comment. I can see your comments, yes. Nice, Ned. And then race ready sheet metal, Kevin Harvick. Going to Will Blackman. $31/49. Kevin. Silver Kevin. I mentioned that the PSA submission number 19 is in final QC. Well, it's actually been shipped. So tomorrow's Wednesday. I really expect I'll probably have those back as long as PSA drops it off tomorrow, because it hasn't been, according to them, it hasn't been dropped off to the post office yet. As long as they get it dropped off tomorrow, I should have it back by, I would think, Saturday at the latest. But we'll see. That Michael Annette's got a weird scuff on it. Champions Kevin Harvick. I thought that was a gold, but it's not. It's just the way the card is. I had to do a double check. Discount double check. Octane autographs, David Reagan. David Reagan goes through the filler to Philip Mancini. 118/299. Yeah, Nick, we can see your comments, but they're all coming in Australian, and we can't translate your language. 61/99, Brad Keselowski. Going to Johnny Hinton. Caden, Matt Kenseth, Ryan Blaney. Yeah, it's all upside down. I didn't know you guys wrote upside down there. Oh, goodness. Morgan Shepherd, pedal to the metal. 73 and 99 starting grid, Paul Menard. It's going to go to Michael Amundsen. Can only see mommy. Yeah. No doubt. Victory marks, Darrell Waltrip. He actually went off the card with his... I'm not going to say it, but he went off the card. Going to Jake. Silver Ward-Burton. Trevor Bain, Kenseth, and Logano. And fourth and final box. Good luck, everybody. If you haven't hit yet, I am pulling for you. I was talking earlier about getting stuff ready for card shows, and just want to give a shout out to, kind of just a blanket shout out to everybody in the group. I've mentioned that, I'm trying to do this card show thing and make it work, and I've mentioned that I'm always kind of looking now for trades or deals, but I gotta make it work, right? Like financially, it's got to make sense. And I've had a bunch of people in the group make trades with me or offer me deals on lots. And I really appreciate it. I really do. It's been extremely helpful. And just wanted to say thanks to everybody who has been trying to help with that. Because it's tough. It's not easy when you are trying to sell something. Chasing the flag, Jimmy Johnson. Everybody wants to try to get their maximum money out of it. Engineered to perfection, Matt Kenseth. 2-color sheet metal, fire suit and tire. 42 out of 49. Kenseth goes to CW. But anyway, like I was saying, it's not easy because everybody wants to try to get the most they can out of everything, and so, I appreciate everybody trying to help and trying to work with me. And, so thank you. I forget to say thank you enough, I think. Sometimes you guys got to remind, hey, Mike, maybe you ought to say thanks to all of us for all the stuff we do for you. Another Kyle Busch, 60 and 99 gold. KB goes to Jonathan. What the heck was that? Must be one of the dogs scratching. One of the dogs scratching his butt or something. Kevin Harvick. Jimmy Johnson. Spencer Gallagher. Race day, Kevin Harvick, 30 out of 99. Goes to Will Blackman. I think that's a shame, James. I really do. I read that today. I think maybe Brandon or I don't know. Somebody posted it. I don't know who it was. I'm sorry, I can't remember. But somebody posted it. I just think it's a darn shame. And I think everybody knew that was going to happen. They were going to wait till he was dead and then be like, well, Bubba Wallace going to Paul Wolf. 24 of $3.99. And you know what that teaches younger baseball players is, if you make a mistake or do something like that that's wrong, the only way you get forgiven is if you die, and that's not correct. That is not what should be done. That's not what should be taught. That's just, I'm not trying to get on the soapbox, but man, I really feel strongly about that. Silver, Zane Smith. There's been so many other baseball players that have done wrong, and they were forgiven or allowed to slide on or play on or whatever. Yeah, there's several players. It's just not Pete Rose. It's Joe Jackson, and there was a couple others. There was like 4 of them, I think. So, pedal to the metal, Tony Stewart. Starting grid, Bowman. Then we're going to go Cole Witt with the autograph. Yeah, man. Cole Witt goes to Johnny Hinton. 24 out of 125. Ooh, and I love these. The blue Victory Lane, 3 of 25, short print Kyle Busch. Going to Jonathan. Haven't had any big hits for Kyle Busch, but had a fair amount of quantity. Sometimes you got to take quantity over quality, although this is a nice quality card there. Matty D, Bowman, and Kyle Busch. And last pack. Yeah, I just think it's bad for the whole sport the way they're doing that. That's just, it's not okay. All the guys through the steroid era knew what they were doing, but they've all, you know, for the most part, been at least welcomed back to baseball in some manner. I don't know. I feel very strongly about it. Octane autographs, Clint Boyer to close us out. Going to Corey King. Oh, Clint. 64 out of 1.25. We'll swap him out for J Mac Attack. Silver, Kevin Harvick. And that'll do it. Maybe the Pope being... Who knows? Well, I appreciate everybody who participated tonight. Let me get you guys a quick recap. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any short prints. I don't think I did. I got them all. Blue Kyle Busch, blue Carl Edwards, and the starting grid to 25 Kyle Larson were our 3 short prints of the night. And then on the relics we had Bubba Wallace, Matt Kenseth, Kevin Harvick, Greg Biffle, Kyle Busch, Dale Jr., Joey Logano, and Ty Dillon. And then we got, on the Octane, Jamie McMurray, Cole Witt Silver, Victory Marks DW, Octane David Reagan, Trevor Bain, and Morgan Shepherd. And then on the stands, we got Clint Boyer. No jumbo tonight, unfortunately. Nice Martin Truex Jr., though. That might be the favorite of the night, at least as far as I'm concerned. That's a nice card. Nice patch, on-card auto. Driver and car picture. It's got a lot of good things going for it. Good card. So, that's all I got for Victory Lane for tonight. Appreciate everybody again. And like I said, stay tuned tomorrow. Once I get some kind of an official something out of the Donruss situation, I will be sure to make a post about that. And obviously, if Donruss has been delayed, like we are hearing, then we'll be making some changes to the plan for this week. I'll figure that out, and we'll press on. My most likely scenario is, if Donruss is in fact delayed, my most likely scenario is probably going to be, maybe we'll do no break tomorrow, and then we'll do something like Thursday, Friday, and then Sunday. Will probably be the next couple of breaks, like Thursday night, Friday night, and maybe Sunday. And we'll probably sneak in like a select break, and then maybe a Donruss break of like 23 or 24 Donruss. So I'll work on figuring that out, and then we'll just carry on. So everybody have a great evening. Again, thank you for the support. As I mentioned earlier, both not only just with the breaks, but with everybody that's been trying to help me with get things going with card shows and helping on that side of things too. That's been very, very helpful. So I appreciate the support just all the way around. And yeah, hopefully we'll have some news tomorrow. Good, bad, or indifferent, we'll have something tomorrow, hopefully. And then we'll kind of go from there. So until then, we will see you guys next time.